The Flexbone system is one of, if not the best offensive system in all of football. This offense is the ultimate equalizer. This is the one system that forces defensive coordinators in real life to take time away from their practice schedule to prepare for this offense. For a Flexbone team, it doesn't matter how mediocre this team is talent-wise. If you're not ready on defense to stop the Flexbone, you're gonna get steamrolled. In 2011, Georgia Southern, who at the time was an FCS school, was running the Flexbone, and they would play against Alabama, who would go on to later win the national championship. Alabama would win 45-21, but that defense was struggling. Alabama's NFL caliber defense gave up over 300 yards rushing. And out of every team on their schedule, Georgia Southern actually scored the most points against that defense with 21. A few years later, Georgia Southern, still an FCS school running the Flexbone, would go into the swamp and beat Florida, an SEC opponent. During Paul Johnson's run at Georgia Tech, he would beat many ranked opponents with the Flexbone. Just like in real life, if you happen to run into someone who actually knows what they're doing with this offense and you're not mentally prepared to deal with this, it's going to be a struggle. So today, I'm going to start teaching the Flexbone system for two reasons. First reason is for people who actually want to run this offense. The second reason is for people who struggle to defend this offense. I spent over 10 years in the FGC. FGC stands for Fighting Game Community. So I was competing in multiple online and offline tournaments for PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, Injustice Gods Among Us, Injustice 2, Mortal Kombat X, and Mortal Kombat 11. In the FGC, we had this saying that if a character is giving you problems, one of the best ways to figure out the matchup is to learn how to use that character and take them into online matches. When you do that, you learn how the character moves, you learn what they want to do, you learn how people play against your character, so then you can better figure out how to beat this character. We're going to take that same philosophy and apply it to football. If you struggle to deal with the Flexbone, it's probably because you don't understand what this system is trying to do. Despite being a predominantly rushing offense, the Flexbone is actually a very balanced offense in the sense that all four of these players have an equal opportunity to touch the ball. Because they're all contributing to the offense, the defense has no idea who's going to get the ball. Factor in all the eye candy with motions and you can have the defense spinning. Now that we understand this is a balanced rushing attack, let's talk about the core play of this system, Inside Veer. Inside Veer is a play that combines 3 different runs into one play: the fullback dive, quarterback sweep, and the toss sweep. This play gets a numerical advantage at the point of attack by intentionally leaving 2 players unblocked. The purpose of this is to take those 2 players and read them. Whichever decision they make, they will always be wrong. The first phase of Inside Veer is fullback dive. This fullback dive will run through the B gap, and the player we're putting into conflict is the first lineman outside of the B gap. In this case, it's going to be this defender. This defender stands up and stays outside, which means we're going to give it to the fullback inside. To give it to the fullback, you don't have to press anything. As long as you don't press a button, the game will automatically have the quarterback hand the ball off to the fullback.
On the option. Knocked down at the 29.
If you're on defense facing the Flexbone, the number one rule is you cannot give up the fullback dive. Every content creator tells players to set their read key option defense to conservative. This will tell the read key to take the quarterback and force the quarterback to give the ball. This might be useful for shotgun option plays because the ball is being handed off from about 5 to 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but against the Flexbone, you cannot do this. The fullback is getting the ball roughly at about the line of scrimmage, which means this play hits downhill much faster. If you set your option defense to conservative and let the QB hand off to the fullback, this is what can happen to you.
Pick in the red zone, David.
And you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off.
Open runway ahead. He smashes his way through again. Touchdown, midshipman.
Here, there's an open B gap to the left, so we're going to run inside veer, and we're putting this defender in conflict. He'll have a yellow R icon above him, which stands for read key. Looking at the first phase of inside veer, the fullback dive, our read key, instead of staying out here looking to take away the quarterback, he's crashing on the fullback, which means we have to keep it with the quarterback. To keep the ball with your quarterback, on PlayStation, hold X, or on Xbox, hold A. Now we're moving on to the second phase of the inside veer triple option. We're going to put another defender on the outside in conflict between the quarterback and our pitch man. If the defender in conflict takes the quarterback, we're going to pitch it to the running back. If he takes the pitch man, then we're going to keep it with the quarterback.
On the option, he'll do it himself. Breaks into the open. Got enough space.
In the previous example, no one threatened the quarterback, so I was able to keep it with him on the outside. Now, let's see what it looks like when a defender threatens the quarterback. This defender is being put in conflict. If he takes the quarterback, we can pitch it to our running back by pressing L1 on PlayStation or left bumper on Xbox. But if this defender was to fly out here and take away the pitch man, then we could just keep it with our quarterback. In this clip, he's attacking the quarterback, so we're going to pitch it. This is the power of the inside veer triple option. As long as the Flexbone user executes properly, no matter what the defense does, they are always wrong.
Do it himself. Now the toss. There he goes. And that's what this option will.
So when should you call inside veer? The gaps between the center and the guards are the A gaps. The gaps between the guard and the tackles are the B gaps. If you look at the defensive front and you see an open B gap, that is a perfect time to call inside veer.
On the option, he'll do it himself. Got some room headed to the goal line.
That is how inside veer works. It is the core play of this offense, and everything else in this system builds off of inside veer. I hope this helps give you a better understanding of how inside veer works. Be sure to join my membership if you want to have access to advanced offensive tips and my full 3-3-5 tight defensive system. Hit the subscribe button and notification bell if you'd like to see more content from me, and I will see you in the next video.
Goes to the option.